Hello, my name is Melanie Wesley, and welcome to the Salon Social Podcast. On today's episode, we are joined by Mario McDowell, a senior hairstylist and platform artist with over 20 years of experience in the beauty industry. In this episode, we discuss the importance of client experience in the salon industry and how beauty schools often focus more on technical skills rather than on the business aspect. Mario emphasizes the need for hairstylists to find their own niche and make clients feel special. We also discuss the challenges and rewards of being a hairstylist, including the importance of passion, dedication, and financial planning. Mario shares his own journey in the industry and offers valuable insights for aspiring hairstylists. I hope that you find key takeaways from our conversation with Mario, and I am forever grateful to you for lending me your ear. Until next time, be good, be true, be you. Mario, without further ado, please, I know you're all over the city, you're doing your good thing, and I just want to know what's next for you on the agenda. What are you up to next? Tell us so we can look forward to it.
So, as of about a week ago, I started my new project. I'm the new key hairstylist for the P-Valley Season 3 series. It's my first time working on this project. Super excited, super nervous, awesome. And it's very awesome. And it's like, I've done a lot of different projects before, but this is like a project that I love the series. I'm a fan of the series. And, I want to make sure that I keep the aesthetic of what the characters have, what's been developed in the characters already as far as their looks, and stay true to that for the audience. But, I've been thinking over the last couple of weeks, how do I do this? And then, but still put my spin on it so the world gets to see me in it as well.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that.
Oh my God.
Ideas, and I'm hoping that everyone that's going to be watching loves what I put out there this year. I'm going to be working with a really good friend of mine. I call my partner in crime, Derek J. So he's like leading something. This should be pretty cool.
That is so cool. That is amazing. I mean, when that show airs? Like, so I can't. What? Not sure yet. Because I wanted to share so people can tune in when to see your style when it finally hits. Well, that's exciting.
When it hits, it's gonna hit.
Well,
there'll be a lot of media around it when they're ready.
I'm sure. It's a very popular show, very successful show. So congratulations to you on that. That is amazing. And you still do some styling on the side or in the salon as well, right?
Yes. So I remember someone asked me, who's your favorite celebrity to work with? And then, I was like, the irony in when I've been asked that question is that my day-to-day clients, those are my favorite celebrity clients. To me, I try to treat them all like celebrities. That's my thing. Like, there's no one's been treated better than the other one. Everyone comes in and gets the same experience. We all got different jobs. Some jobs seem a little bit cooler than others, but but everyone's a working person that wants to come in and feel good. And I try to make sure I give everyone that same experience. One thing I do know is that my clients have been rocking with me for like a really long time. And when people do not realize is that usually if you have a celebrity client, that's usually through production, or the network or things of that nature, or management company or booking. But that is only when production is paying for it.
Yeah.
And so you might not see that person for a while until someone else. However, your clients are going to lock in. Your clients are going to take care of you. If you take care of them, they're going to continue to book you. They'll make their appointments before we have to get back to actually setting the appointments for their clients before they leave the chair.
That's right.
I leave the salon. That's very important. Like a lot of people that finish and ready to jump to the next client. And it's like, no, if you want retention, create it like in that moment.
Yes.
In your appointment. And then let's do a follow-up with them. It'll be pretty cool to even take a deposit, because sometimes if the deposit is put down, people are more likely to show up and not cancel. So and then they also, if they do happen to cancel, at least your time isn't completely wasted. You profited something off of it.
Absolutely. That's so, so true. Yeah, those are a lot of what you just talked about is a lot of what we're going to be discussing on this podcast. Just really getting back to the basics, making sure you book before they leave, client retention, client experience, making sure that the client, it's all centered around, because we're in the service industry ultimately. And so we're
Mhm.
here to serve these people. And it just seems like sometimes in certain situations, the it's been like, the tables have been turned. It makes some of the clients feel like, the stylists act like the client, like they're doing the client a favor and not the other way around, because really they could spend their money anywhere, but they choose to come to you for, a myriad of reasons.
You know what that boils down to me too. So I'm not sure when I said it earlier about the passion not being there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that were like probably meant for this. You know, what I'm saying like I couldn't see myself doing anything else.
Right.
You know, I get excited when I get to do something that or be creative. I'm doing something
Yeah.
I love. I get to be expressive, and in me being expressive and using my creativity and having fun, I'm also making somebody else happy in the same place. There's a lot of people that I want to say that decide to become hairstylists because they thought it would be just a profitable job to have.
Mhm.
Um, TV and social media has like really influenced people. You know, hair is recession proof. People
Yeah.
always want to get their hair and makeup
We're
done.
always going to get our hair done.
You can always get, yeah, it's recession proof. And
Yeah.
so, you know, I remember people just started to go to school and start doing it. Then when they left school, everyone think they're going to be a millionaire hairstylist or celebrity hairstylist, and not realize no, that requires a lot of work. It requires a lot
Yeah.
of dedication. It requires a lot of sacrifice. It requires a lot of time. You know,
Yeah.
I remember when I first decided to actually go on this journey, and you know, me and my spouse we talked, and I turned down a really cool job. Well, cool as far as the salary.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I wasn't passionate about it. I was just really good at it, and it was a
Yeah.
really great salary. And I was encouraged not to take the job. And all I kept on thinking
Okay.
was, God, I hope I'm making the right move because I was, you know, really young and no college education, and this was a lot of money, and I was never going to get into this type of money without a degree. And I turned it down and went to a
Mhm.
salon. And my first week I made like $15.
Oh
We
man.
got to that, so I would consistently make between 15 to like $40 for about maybe 3 weeks.
Oh my.
And my first big client was I was like, you know what? I don't make this sacrifice. I got to make this work. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And so I went and got a whole bunch of flyers. And instead of sitting in the salon, I would like walk up and down the street to all the businesses.
Yes, sir.
And I stood in front of a Walmart, and it was like a lot of people. You know, Walmart always got people coming
Oh
in there.
yeah.
And this lady, she was like, "Can you take me now?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." And I walked off with her, and it was the first check that I made. There was like over 100 some bucks, and I was like,
Wow.
I'm super excited about this. And I went from, by the grace of God, being the lowest paid to the highest paid stylist in that salon.
Wow.
And then,
How
and
long
then
how long did that take from beginning to end? Like how many years do you think?
actually, it took less than a year.
What?
Yes. Well, because you know how they say, if you, what's that saying? You build it, they will come. So
Yeah.
I had to try to build up a portfolio. I find a way
Mhm.
to get out to people. And this is when Craigslist was like the thing to do.
Mhm.
So I would like post pictures on all this online, and every single day I would do my sisters and cousins and friends' hair for free just to do that. I even told the
Mhm.
young lady at the beauty supply store, I said, "Hey, I'm new to the salon down the street. I'm trying to build a clientele. I'm new and I don't, you know, have any outlets." I said, "I would
Yeah.
love to do your hair. It's I do your hair for free. And just when
Yes.
people come to the salon to buy their hair, let them know that, you know, I'm down the street." And every time someone would come and ask about hair, she would send them to me. And
Wow.
I went in there and it worked out. God stepped in and made sure it was cool. And
Yes.
it's history. And because I love it so much, I want to
Yeah.
teach others how to do it.
Absolutely. And you're an amazing teacher. Like I mentioned to you before, you were one of my favorite instructors at
Thank
Aveda
you.
because you're very straightforward, you're very fair, and you know what you're talking about. You can't help but respect somebody like you. But it's true, and in what you just said about passion, having that drive, having that hustle, like it takes all of those things to kind of be successful in the business and time. a lot of times people get out of school and they think they can just it doesn't happen that fast for everyone. Some people get lucky. There are very few that, that get lucky and, are in the right circles and will blow up in that way, but that's not the majority. And so it really takes the time, the passion, and the drive to really be successful in this business for like long term. And then knowing the back end of the business to get all your stuff in order to be successful, whether you scale or you decide to do it on your own, or just kind of go into a salon where it's already an established name and then work through them that way. But like, it all takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So, I mean, you're an example of that. You've been doing this for over 20 years and you're like successful at what you do.
Yes.
But it didn't start out that way.
And
right?
People also, another thing that I know it never started that way, because I've done like a lot of different things. And as you can see, I would leave one aspect and then dive into another one. I wanted to see how far hair could take me. And so, and to realize that this is like a full-on career that you can move so many different ways in the hair industry. I wanted to like have my pick at it, and so I can have at least experience. If I wasn't able to, thrive in one area, I could thrive in another. That and learning to, because people will have, and learning to save is very important as well. We make fast money. We make very fast money, and you got to know your seasons. You got to know when it's going to be busy. You got to know when it's going to be slow. And I've met some people that got burnt out in the sense of they were making good money, that also got slow and they started freaking out. It's like, but your books was locked up, and they're splurging. It's like, no, you need to. I'm a firm believer in save, set yourself a success first, and then when you reach a certain point where you know that you're fine, bills are covered, and just food and the necessities, because money's important. And if you're getting rid of it more than you're saving it, you can find yourself in a tricky spot. So once you found out what your niche and your balance is, then you're able to move better, and then you don't have that moment of worrying if you're gonna be able to survive doing this, or if you're gonna be able to thrive doing this. You have to treat it like with any other job in the beginning. Protect yourself with your finances, and then once you get to a spot where you have a residual income, then start splurging and treat yourself because you work hard for it.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, those are so many. I'm probably gonna have to have you back on again, because like you're touching on so many of the topics that we want to cover about budgeting and spending and saving, and we get our tips, and that's our spending money. Like you said, it comes real fast, but then you look up and you've made like so much money in tips per year. If you had just put some of that to the side, you could have bought that, whatever, put a down payment on that car, whatever the case may be. I'm just so like a lot of times when you work in a cash system, like most of us, when we get cash on hand, it's easy to just kind of spend. But like, as we also it's important for us to learn about the business of being in business, right? Like paying your taxes and filing your LLC,
insurance,
insurance, and all of those things. Like, you know what I mean? So like because especially for me, when I was first getting started, I didn't do any of those things. And when it was time for me to want to buy a property, a house, I'm looking at my taxes and it's saying I don't make as much as I do make. And therefore I don't qualify to buy that house that I'm looking at. But like being able to keep bookkeep and all, make sure that you record all of your income and then all of your expenses, and doing a profit and loss statement, like so many things to kind of help prepare you for, all of the major purchases and decisions in life. Is very important.
It was unfortunate, there were a lot of hairstylists when we went through the pandemic that were not able to actually, draw on the unemployment because they never had any income, reported. And so, you still have to think about those moments where saying everything's not right in the world, or if you're sick, you're unable to work, and so when you're reporting the income, like right now I've been telling like a lot of people, get AFLAC. Please do, like, since you get insurance, and then you can draw unemployment on them. If you get injured, they will actually pay you while you're out for a certain period of time, while you're out healing or sick, whatever the case may be. And that's something that we overlook because, yet again, everybody comes in, they see the fast money, and there's no thought process of in the future right now. And sometimes when you see money coming in quick, you're in the right now.
Yeah. Yes.
And that was a lesson I had to learn as well. And I remember talking to my mentor, and she's like, you'll figure out your season. So I sat down and I asked myself, I said, what's important to me, as far as haves and must-haves. There's a difference between a have and a must-have. I must have a place to stay, must have food to eat, I must have was transportation for me, must have a place to work, because I pay booth rent. And so, of course, so what does that look like financially to make you feel comfortable and safe in the space if you were not working? So I started focusing on that and saving for that. And thank God I did, because I want to say after I did that, I got into a terrible car accident. And my back was like really jacked up. So I couldn't stand to do clients for about a month or so. And it's like, but I was smart in my decisions going forward. So that way there was no fear about, me surviving throughout that time.
Right. But that's why these conversations are so important for people to hear, because the 18-year-old that graduated from high school and has a passion for hair, but doesn't really understand how to set herself up for the next 10, 15, 20 years. This is really important for them to hear this, because like you said, when you're making that quick money, you're not thinking about the future. You're only thinking about the now. But like making those decisions in the present will really help to kind of carry you in the future for those things, because things happen. These are life is forever revolving, and the valleys and the hills just keep on coming. And so when you're in the valley, you need to be prepared.
Okay.
Right? But anyway, I really want to just say thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. You have just been like full of knowledge, and I know this conversation is going to help somebody. Even if it's one person, we've done our job. We've done our job. Right. And I just wanted to just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you taking the time out to join me and to have this important conversation. I hope we can have more in the future. I would love to kind of tap into some of the stuff we kind of touched on just a little bit deeper to kind of help somebody else out. But I know you're a busy man, so, I'll just follow up with you and see where I can get in, where I fit in. But again, thank you so much. I so appreciate you, Mario. And thank you again for joining me on Salon Social. This is Melanie Wesley, and tune in next time. Until then, be you, be true, and peace out.
Peace out.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Salon Social Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the conversation and that you can join us again next week as we continue to dig into the business of salon business. You can find these episodes and more streaming on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, as well as social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Follow us at Salon Experience Consultant and Salon Social Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe to stay in the know.